on CTV. The Frontline with Kwikwanan, only on CTV.
President John Dramani Mahama has directed state security agencies to, of course, declare officials of the National Service Authority who have fled the country after being implicated in the ghost names scandal as wanted. Meanwhile, the former deputy director of the National Service Authority, Gifty Oware-Mensah, has returned to Ghana as investigations into the ghost name scandal of the NSA intensify. Her return comes amid reports that the NIB had been seeking her arrest in connection with the scandal. Tonight, we go out front on this developing stories, plus the independence anniversary, barely 24 hours from now. I am Kweku, and then of course we are coming to you live from the HQ here, the studios of CTV, and we're live across dozens of stations, all picking the feed, plus our very own in Sunyani. And the dial is 88.1 FM. Live in Western Region, the dial is 99.1 FM. We're live in London on GOB, and they are feeding on modernghana.com and tune in. And still on GOB, they are flipping it on www.gobtv.tv plus Apple Music. Tonight, the highway is picking the feed on my CTVGH, and the Frontline Ghana. The Frontline Ghana. And please be mindful or remember to subscribe if you are picking the feed tonight or you've joined the feed on our social media. The feed on the social media is my CTVGH and the Frontline Ghana. Please respectfully subscribe. When you subscribe, press the button, the bell, and there you go. Any program that will be airborne from these very studios here in the capital, you would be the first to know. Be the first to know. And be part of the news making or the breaking news story, because you always what you listen and what you view and what you watch all across. Folks, you can also join me also on the interactive segment on a WhatsApp line 020-297-3461. The WhatsApp line 020-297-3461. And of course, I'll read all your messages. Folks, brace yourself tonight. And we're here with a very brand new edition. And it's the weekend Frontline. We're all going to rest. Well, say within the 48 hours, we have to all take rest. Now I'm here to do mine and then be gone to take rest. Now tonight, what's on the bill? It's a packed show. Don't you miss it. You call a friend, call a brother, call a sister, an auntie, a brother, a sister in the diaspora or here in Ghana, wherever they are. Where, when, how. We are your reliable news source, all right? When, where, how. Wherever you listen, however you listen, whenever you listen, where, when, how you watch, we are your reliable news source. The Frontline Show, of course, the nation's biggest investigative magazine show, the whole Ghana, no other program. Yes, and they know it. Folks, tonight, all the regional capitals are connecting the feed, beginning from Upper East, Upper West, and then we're sloping to Northern Region capital, Tamale, and then we are into Ashanti Region capital, Kumasi. Eastern Region is picking the feed, and of course the nation's capital, Accra. Volta Region has picked the feed already, and we are moving to my home base, Central Region, Cape Coast, Igwe. Yes, and the Western Region is picking the feed. Plus, the 6 regional capitals. This is the Frontline Show. Folks, brace yourself tonight. What is on the bill? Tonight, President John Dramani Mahama has directed the state security agencies to do something. What did the president tell them? In the president's State of the Nation's address, he said, the security agencies should quickly set out the investigations into the National Service Authority scandal. Yes. And I'm sure many of you recall that until recently, the nation's service organization, where all of us, after school, we go there and then we learn something. They post us. Me, I didn't do service though. They post us into various places and then blah, 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 blah. Now, report, what we are learning is that this organization is stockpiled in their data ghost names. Ghost names purporting that, yes, all these people are, as it were, service personnel, and at the end of the month, they draw some form of salary or some sort of money. Unfortunately, on the flip side of all of these investigations, then again established that all those individuals that captured in that database are not service personnel. Therefore, it's now emerging that all those persons are, if you like, ghost names, for want of better expression, using this, that these are ghost people. Now, they put these people there, and at the end of the month, pretty much suggests that these people must be paid. But then the money rather go into some private pocket. And what we are learning is that we are not talking about some chicken's fuel. We are talking about millions, billions, millions. My senior, Isaac Adongo, MP for Bolga Central, say billions. Isaac Adongo are being rough. Jack, when we're in school, Charlie, hey Isaac, I'm not surprised that Isaac, in fact, I thought that Isaac Adongo was going to finance. Kisla Tofosin is a brother. Isaac is also a brother, a friend, and also my senior. I thought he was going to the finance ministry, but anyway, folks. So this national service scandal is something that is skyrocketing. It's like, it's beyond that you can understand. The skyrocket is like it's misery. The sky is rocketing with misery. Hey, what's going on here? Ghana? So, look, it's so clear, say, every facet of the system, all government agencies, it's about the fact that, look, let the government spend its lifespan and then the government will leave and let's go there and do some investigations. Automatically, you are to see a massive corruption beyond you can imagine. So for me, it doesn't look like though government has come, ruled for 8 years gone, and then we'll go and assess the books, we'll go and assess bank account, we'll go and assess all of that, and then we can say, oh Charlie, the government has come to perform all the necessary duties, blah, 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 including to put up infrastructures and what have you. And they use our money prudently. There was prudent management of the system. No. Charlie, we would definitely see some gargantuan corruption beyond the scope of man, beyond human reason. And they will not even chop small and leave. No, they will chop it gargantuan. Folks, tonight, on the national service scandal, is on the bill, plus the independence anniversary. Ghana is 68 years. 68 years counting success story. Which success story do you know? I don't want to pretend to know any success story. I'm the host, so I don't know anything. Whatever success story that you know, you can count. Please bring it on my WhatsApp, 020-297-3461. Any success story of Ghana, bring it. Whatever success story you recall, you recount, bring all of them on my WhatsApp line, 020-297-3461. I'll read all of them, okay? So we are also going to look at the independence anniversary yesterday held by the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, at the Jubilee House. Of course, I heard the President say that yes, the independence anniversary that was celebrated at the Jubilee House, government of Ghana has, saved 95. Did I hear him right? 95% of the estimated cost. Therefore, so what it means is, if the independence had come off at the forecourt of the Independence Square, probability that Ghana would have spent much more than that. But then the president says that yes, we saved 95% of that. For me, I think that's a commendable one. I don't know why the president took that initiative by saying that, hey, let's gather 1, 2, 3 few people, go to the Jubilee House and then celebrate it. For me, the question again remains, what is it there? What is there to even celebrate? May I ask? Me, I'm going to do all the questions. I'm going to question, what is there to celebrate? Folks, all these and more tonight coming on the nation's biggest platform, the magazine, the Frontline show with Kweku Annan. Call a friend, a brother, a sister, together we'll sit and talk and make a sense of it all. Let's get started. So, and I do somewhere that one. I knew, meaning say what? National service will a day who empenin for who be to Torium, quite Messrim Nipom, Emricatu, a biso Mutorium Swasiaba. Because on my penny, His Excellency John Mahama say, the security services should quickly commence investigations, right? Did you hear that? The president said this at the back of the first saying, what's that? First saying, now we are a celebrity, obey the first nation's address, and what kind of said. One more to tear to 2 years near Adeno, the security service near fast near Yansho Mina for Monga. Making or sooner bad dear, or no, I saw in 1 comma BNI for ne did that. It's a some no a BBO and Matahon for them, Crabata for them near the Binimusun in them, William Quay Mipom, Pebebido Mutiafa, Tessa Hona, Tessa. I had this, Tessa baby, I had this. Nyasam Kito, Obia Pebebit Nitia for being a nasa no creature now, Moto. And Yadia, Intiada Moba, Munya the right thing. NDC for na Moshishon, CEO for near the Marcoshishon. Ministers, what a when you're rough. 4 years then I agree on some. Namoyadi, Namovisi baby Yajamo. I swear to God, Mobile hot to Papa. Sure. NDC penny for them why CEOs. Hey. What there? Obi can as also I say when you bring for free super the nimre. Sure. Me need trust to be my politicians when I'm telling you the truth. Me need trust to be no baby I drone Kweku. Me need trust Emma sa 2 political parties so NDC MPP me need trust the mamubium. Oh yes, I'm not messing. Read my lips. Me need trust the mamubium sir. Yes, that's the truth. Say nunti mumpema samwa munkomani. Eye dia ebedidi. Me say nunti ena mumpeya samwa me say munkomani. Why? Folks, anti National Service Secretariat Honsam no, Mrs. Secretariat Authority Honsam na nadri ye be broom one kasa hwem de ekoso ho. Then the next award bill no so friend say independent anniversary and so ekoso na unhuni na say what is there to celebrate? I don't know. Bring your WhatsApp message on 0202973461 ye be kinkani na e de amam na niama adede na kuma na dream any time crack. So ye ko yedem no at the weekend Frontline folks tonight. The next on the bill, a Ghana Speaks Proudly brought to you by Ora Blaster. Ora Blaster for dear. And Kutahu, I mean, no moodia, and say, me, my family, no, me, government appoint you. Me, minister, me, CEO, me, shio, me, board member, Miss Remo, journalist, if we are quoted, Miss Remo, me, dino, me, quoted board membership, yo, and this if one name say, Kweku, eh, Yayabio, me, domino, eh, Yayabi pa, ya yebia mamo. But Musia Heya and Mudi Yesia, Yatia Wasi. Ye mekan terms of Mufa and Kotu body be asun yet Heya, ye Dienise Shamu. Near Dienibe Shamu 4 years to count. Me to Yame, share. Ye Dienise, Shamu. Ye Meji body be asem, Nemnia de Intimuma ye dina, de dinner man for Moya or Hono, in Paul Halbia. Dia ye bedidi. Media asema mebeka kire mu NDC for ne say diaspora for no a moja o mesi ono the diaspora group of the National Democratic Congress who came here with their money, their resources and their time. Still I know someone share na meka megusu aka say mugusu etiche post no say si anam say de ya keka akone say se wudi ndi memu na fuseni enum ne ade ade a ahwa na ball no ye be pass so unya. I'm serious. Yes. Fuseni for them fence and no contem a dini contem too much. Diaspora for some open mobile a fence mobile fence. What's the word crown may pay? Oh, affidavit. Mo pa mo sense mo court na Monday here court wo chiro ba bi sa. Mo timi affidavit no sense edin no. Fuseni mutala no ne hwan all of those. Ebe ye ntem amamo. I believe so. That's the meeting I can. Cause me ntiase. Why? Aden dia. This diasporan group, I know Juma omebedini sika omode buy, but and if you cry the post in your charm and say the obi kan si kwekwa yefo ye chebi ma slave queens na slave queens and na mu che post ma slave queens sa ho yo na mo fi se be kan anu atumi ahwe mo sa ho hwe o mining resources na nya mo dia wo. Let me tell you guys straight up. On mining resources, consolidated funds, can they go on? Me say anya mo dia ntimino politicians mo ba na mo be ye deda. It's so despicable to hear, and we've done the absolutely rubbish. You did what? Skana wo dia. Skana go consolidated fund mo dia. MPP ni NDC this are rubbish. That foolish talk. Is the money yours? When you come and you construct even 1 million bridge, when you come and you construct even 1 million hospitals in the whole Ghana, absolutely dare not speak to us. Say, it is only unfortunate that Ghanaians have allowed themselves to be used like a rag to mop the floor. This nonsense and foolishness should stop. And tell yourselves that no, you are part of Ghana. And at the end of the day, you must develop this country devoid of all of these rubbish things that you people are talking out there. Sikana nyamodia na so mu wia na masese ska no to na mu de gu nakam mu de bi ko foreign banks ni ade na mu di nim ni ade na mu so wia mu so yankan ya ntum mi kwaku mekama no ato min kama no ntum mu pa mu yi me nto nkyene mfa me ho why ndi obi kan asem 8 years ya tenem na mu 4 years ni ntumi tenem how the india 8 years ni ya tenem be do sam ya shantare kama ye didi okay. Me need too much respect for Ghanaian politicians. Few, na me respect them, and I will explain why. Because when they come, check all the plush houses they live in. Check all the plush cars they drive. They drive all these cars on the heels of you and I, our suffering. All right? They drive all these posh, luxurious cars. They live in all of these bungalows and all of these luxurious buildings as if they have money. Check their records. So Zikabe no more. Bunch of thieves are for they got no money and they ain't got sense too either. They ain't got sense. We are not going to trust economic forum and then maybe basso any economic forum and now moko saying 68 years of foolishness and absurdity. 68 years, and I really have to commend John Mahama. Say one for Adenanko Independence Call and could waste these little children on my time. Yeah. Uncle will still be our time. Many people in 68 years. Go and see what is happening in the global south. Go and see what is happening in the global west. Go there and check. Namotiha some funa mudiane kasa Professor Dr. Emeritus speaking rubbish. It doesn't make sense to all of us. Come on. Folks, minimu bedin komun koma minu bedani ya media. Dia meya and to kwaya woku asase iswe etu be 20 na obi emfa osun kwan na no wa chinchin no me hawa dwenenti na medie me medie say de metimi ayama wane say ewiase ye say bebia obenya emmeye kokko sechi ochina mesi dan sinene enti mini oral blaster fon hihye na ya yeni na say betimi abo moja wonye baabi de utiato dan kwa mabi ne say obi anka say na wo de wa mebobra enti wonim asasi na ntokwa akoso na unsa asasi crowd so mine no mo loss no ye papa nti asasi ehun nsema o de court for almost 5 years nti ye die we ye ni weda ajagefo no egu on efa a bunch of corrupt, especially Adenta court akromfo. Some of those judges there a bunch of criminals and thieves ina omo ha nipa kwa asemba ko ya asaso ye ni weda because judge nsa way 10 way or the suso skemu weda so ontimi mputu a proper judgment in front of it. Them see traso. Now the mamma was as a papa be now the court. Nekoko si den said 2-3 bedrooms at that would you to bed tomorrow. Hallelujah. If be an making a business as some now person or the assassin acquire a business. Oh, why? Person could see hostels at the school for in the hostel and who I na and I be make open so we see schools, university be who investors be a person or do more basic schools. No many are there. A bit of BS in the Ashase University. You can go in crack way private one owns that. Now also we are with the a bit so crop person called Airbnb, hostel, events and hotels. No many are there. And I say real estate. Sisi dine. No, Sisi dine. Let's tally the housing deficit and the same be a ye baby theatre to we see and nipa abetretem nipa me so mota minim nipa bebre omina hye me now for may fair no mo CB nimni ade fensen despite no mo cheso mu bebre kwa oh na ye increase the housing deficit usu betimi aye bi wate ana any project bi ohia asase odi aye no me ne ora blaster for design sa wo so yakogye asase yantam oba ne aye papers na mo na efi amount payment schedule be tutu ne kakra na afi wutu na wo ye den usi dane guess what we've sending fencing access water road network electricity ni na ekọ asase ne so den to ni problem ye won asase ne bi wo kwa benya Kaswa breku danger ama saman insawo mbotiano bibri ochina memene ebo no ndu 10 o'clock am I right ebo 10 o'clock ye ko nsasini na so ye de nkrofo nipa be go nyi easy o enti ndile ko ochina 10 o'clock no omo ne wonko asase no so wate na kokohwe de obetimi aye wo ho ne ntwa bi wo de wo kwa wo so kwaku ana na o se memra koye chief executive ye friend Duncan Kacha Duncan say kwaku say memra na ubetwa asase ni biame wasase we ya ntoko ho no ochina wo pa akọ ho land guard fo ni gira ho omo twen ho nkotokuro ni nsrada nkranti ejanum ni adi na ebeka ho ebi so beko ni yesi FG uni ma FG no yohoni and don't underestimate sad no obeku ato achine asase ehu pew asase ni nipa tumi kum ni nua eto na chine keke especially in the greater Accra and nso e ntina me de ora blaster for DB de ma say ko na womonye o fine wate wasumbedro problem bi no ora blaster for nsa say akonya da ho no e sonko me ya kire 70 by 100 every year. Take a listen to this.
Hello, welcome. Thank you. Sure.
I'm interested in buying a plot of land. Seeing your ads online, decided to pass by, come check it out myself. Doing business without seeing real offices these days is kind of really stressful.
What is your budget range?
Spending about 50 to 70,000 Ghana cedis.
Wow, luckily we have a plot of land here going within that range. Actually, at Dentra.
Oh, great. And how's the payment plan?
We have an initial deposit of 20%, outright payments, 3 months payment, 6 months payment, and 9 months payments. With the outright and 3 months, we give you 1 triple stone and 1 triple sand.
Oh, wow, interesting. Sure. And I think I'll go for the 3 months payment. When can I go view the site?
Every Saturday, 10 a.m. is site viewing.
Then I think we are good to go.
That's fine.
That's nice.
Thank you so much.
Nice doing business with you.
Nice doing business with you.
Find your dream property with Aura Blackstar Limited. Visit us today and let our expert team guide you home.
You can contact us on 030-2452-555, 030-2452-555. Our website at www.aurablackstarlimited.com. Aura Blackstar, your preference, our priority.
Great, folks. Welcome back. This is the Frontline show, and the segment we are on is Ghana Speaks. Yes, Ghana Speaks, proudly brought to you by Ora Blaster for Ena Minuomo AD and Sawoswono. Ntis abepe pena enyomana etie. Now, up next again is what the part 1 Medira Ghana Speaks is what we call the Economic Forum Part 3. Economic Forum Part 3. Tonight, on Monday and Wednesday, the Frontline show, however, took much interest in the just ended Economic Forum. Indeed, our build-up in this 2 days program primarily was to showcase, demonstrate that Ghana does not need economic forum in order to spearhead the country's economic growth. As someone may kind na say, now what we ashase, and I mean for any mashe for Edin Komose. Adia omampeni ama mpenimfo bi omampeni de asama koto omanimu na eze so omodwendwen ho na womode anu yie eba ma yehwe na anu yie omode ba ene se eye economic forum ena omopese omoye nti who say Monday Wednesday mistake categorically. I mean, I was blunt, incontrovertible that we don't need economic forum. Absolutely. But when I heard say a nipa gu a conference center house and say, hey, and I was like, hey, what's going on? And I was listening. I listened to some few persons. Then I say, hey, just say the stupendous nature of how they are giving all of us the hope. Say, yeah, Charlie, it's gonna work, and all of them say, hey, and they, and I'm over kind economic forum as much. Now, here, at the end of the forum, the platform produced the following 6 bullet factors. Ebra one mu wie no Tuesday no one mu produce enyoma mako mienu miensa enai enum ensia sa enyoma ensia na wo mu de ba na enya nsowano o ekua wo hwe me kumase wo hwe me pa ekua me tia pa why yes enem ne ade o ekua asem no eni ade saa o sikadie saa enem ne ade he wo mumemu munkasa nkire mu mpenimfo no so no enyoma nsie a eba ye eno enye nsowano o Ghana fo ntie miye na se wo ntemase a ena sometimes ya na munkaka mu nsem bi saa bibi so nkasa nchem se yesi mu ache o na mode saa bosum wei ena mo se mode ayeden Ghana month nti eduru saa bosum wei a ena Ghana fo na ye nioma se ye nioma na te se ye Ghana fo tie nie eduru the month of March and all of us want to behave like we are the proper Ghanaians. Alright, month we twemu a there be ye abrofo ye na ye abrofo enura a member of parliament be come brofo or parliament fence the floor of the house Ghana fo ashasi asre mami asre aden why MP gramre fin di ye fence just say masre MP sa adentia mo kai MP ni din cause men kai ni din MP ka brofo or parliament house or brofo no kan no so si ni ti ase so si ni say den esre ben na wom okasa brofo kasa na okasa bibisa brofo kasa no Ghana ni bia nkyere me from the north south east west from a pieye atoye and anafo and whatever you may call it me pese bibisa all the tribes in this country no be be ka me say English language Ghana ha tribe bi mo mother tongue mo make come intie enti bunu na ofiri na obae na brofo na ene kasa and I'm quite sure say parliament one part of the legislative arrangements say ubetimi akatwi ubetimi akase bia and they have to ensure say they will give you proper interpretation which will go into the Hansard. So aden boni be na ewum why we aden kra na ye nipa boni sem say why inti wentimi anka brof inti mo nye na adwuma e wo parliament wo na nipa si na twetwi say oh now assembly nso on the flip side of we any dey nka ho but esi now I was gauging the spirit and the mood of people na me say oh you don't know Ghana for Ghana yenye ni papa sa o. Yes, of course, on one flip side of it about the idiosyncrasy of Ghanaians is that yes, Ghanaians believe in what you call hospitality. Yeah, yes, some nyoma, but ni nara just a fanfare keke. But inside out of the Ghanaian, the deep-seated Ghanaian, and our way of the spirit that controls and molds us into becoming who we are. And your spirit, papa. No. Say spirit papa e ye papa chamu nkotena enwumenwum ho ye de wokọ minister director chief executive den na makoye ho na sesesra ade tia na ma hyehyɛ ntare abobo suit nim ne ntare white nim ne ade nana yaw ofori ataka ho na makotena nsori mukɔ Action Chapel mukɔ me bobo nsori ni di atra mo nsori no na makotena ehwan aye Papa Duncan Williams sorry na makotena Kwanchi Ankra na sorry na makotena himfa what's the other guy's name Ajenasari na makotena Darkward Mills na makotena Otabil all of them mu wia na birim so makotena wusu bempa sorry na mo se mu ye Ghanaians we are righteous, righteous people. Yeah. Yet, we are more than evil. Evil word is understatement. All of us. Very satanic people. Satanic inclined. Our spirit, our consciousness is seared. And we are demonic inclined. All of us. The sense of nationalism has departed the soul of this country. Sense of nationalism. Now listen. And run a moody independent. If I custom to you, the sense of nationalism is gone. Yeah. Ye timu ye nipa bonedito. Just say the gun and ye nidia and say that's all about it. And one know. Say ninya. Hey, but on any so strekama. But asama benti. As I say. Now show. There's something that is going on. This one is on the it's on the media space. I've criticized this man before. He's my senior brother. He's a senior also in the industry. Yeah. NSS chairman Sifakai. Sebi say ye yidio, say ye denyo, so no rezanio, so no ye denyo. Nti. Na college journalists for and within certain political circles na aye fanfare aye sidie dawmano aye edie ya chechebo ene e feudie ene yedi enti Kwame Sefakan no ye yi ni free ho na wenye adwuma nye na sabi wentimi anhwe ne yire ne ma no ene e weni die eno an weni age. That's all about it. Enti eno na dey na obenya om dear pa na office obinya. But who say ye kaka sebisi ye se onyanko da no da but enye adwuma in the very nature of the Ghanaian today. No, we are very evil. Why? If Kwame Sefakan ye MPP niya, so be it. Aden so nkumu nipa. Send this for entimi Kwame Sefakan enya no baba ye na ntawanta obi aba. Nti ewiase Ghana nhia na. As long as any a crime, but because I did be a course so as far as Kwame Sefakan is concerned, a lot of journalists need to be him. And then NDC for by how many journalists for board membership NDC by may say journalists from Konkwajiji post it is a Kwame Sefakan, you know. I mean there are lots of them. You've seen all of them. So it's me makase kweku me sadwe minim adekwa be mama yesa. But the point is that because but you see, let's all learn to respect the rudiments of the job. And just here, honhom na tie mu no, e yo say ye honhom ye wu nanim ase just like that. 2 years I know when you're there. Kwame may be at the kokruko. The obey ni pay na na be omofe. But of course, he's a Ghanaian, he's a human being. Or you need to as who did no on any ma. That's all about life. We are see it. Baby and imbiomo. And today until our person wouldn't be a dear Sabio. De bia mo de boni, mo de sum and some keka and conconsa and somewhere enim and it just said mo be say ni papa. What do you get out of dinner munya free mo? A Bible power say ya, hey, ne nipa bi de I so musi wo mu kwhye baabi a wo mu be say obi say yes just because wo mu benye enumnyam na wo menye baabi a so my issue ni say me question say ahina wankasa no ye de wo kwhye a ubedi sen ena sa amanyoko ne free power chense ubese Kwame Sefakan kweku amete obi na ebeka. I've criticized my criticism for Kwame Sefakan does not mean I hate Kwame. Why? Kwame Enemy Aminia Paul Adomoche, all of them, they are, including other journalists, their names featured prominently in the Japa deal. Of course, my criticisms and telling the story that way does not mean I hate. But we are by his way. The social media and also, they. Why? NSS penny for Shamusha maybe right from now. Na post na mo chicha no so me se munya hwe yie. Post na mo chicha no a mo chicha post ni bi kra bi mas me wo ho. Na minim se me boss obenya post. Oh. Na minim se me boss kwesi cheida kwa na mi se kwesi so kwesi minim se kwesi so wenya no nka nkire me dia but I think se kwesi ye man hwe not even bored kwesi cheida kwa chale mo ya we se kwesi ya man board bi ana bisa kwesi cheida kwa maintain but behind kwesi cheida kwa's head Tio at the head of kwesi cheida kwa's head no ya mo bi post some diaspora posts be enemy ade meanwhile kwesi cut across all sad events and territorial grounds ni na enipani bi o mama mu post a me kweku amtei mante wo ma no da se enipani bi mpo abegina bonten a mate so wo ye se prrr joma mante se wakasa redem no mpo bako da sepre no Mantibi. A rebi when this very pretty lady be. Come tu. We try it to be sa. Na me share every NDC activity. Me name ni very young lady. Tum. We try it to come. Ma share se meti ni din se obe feature o baby say yaman pose. No. And now my men our parliament. Your friends say Millicent what? Millicent whatever. Yabua. Na mo sereno. Ade India. Say NDC for them, person mo de call parliament, ma Ghana for yehu, and I'm de call so. Now the moment on can't make a sense where na some fana some gwe. I don't know more say no. A treaty sie, any a fell dear. Nina mo Bible na kan or say one more. Den a see a treaty a fell for and sabro for near sassafro. Also, we no more inherited, they will not inherit in the kingdom of heaven. Ye na sa na tie. Ezu se mon sorry doors so chain factories. Mon sorry doors so chain job employment. Mon sorry doors so chain see economic recovery. A down for silly people. You are more interested in what? Allowing churches to flood all over the capital. The churches flooding all over regional capitals. Not factories. And your factories. A down for more yare 68 years. Go and heal yourself. The last time it's here, John Mahama. Monday, so for no so maybe Monday. So for now, Muma John Mahama, Mr. President Mahame, the patrol. You don't have time. So time now, so for no, Eddie Baba transfer honor. Woman, be wasted time. No, Sabeya, Mr. Mahame, President, Your Excellency, cut it off. Messi, go to the global south. Go there and see. Development in a cost, and yes, so be there. I saw for Shisha damn waste of time. I saw for no so feels that this is their time. 4 years, one person to the milk president and brutal, and here dear time wasting. No, hey, then, Mashisha mon come near. I saw for Muntie, no Monday, no Mebamoso. Mashisha mon come near. Allow President Mahama to breathe. Allow President Mahama to work. Archbishop Duncan Williams, all of you, Mama John Mahama crying, no, Juma. Please, with the greatest of respect, all of you, Archbishop, Muma John Mahama Kwaimon. We need more options, more than dramatics. We need more options than dramatic. John Mahama ain't got time to waste, all right? No, man, there ain't time for him to waste it. Because anytime soon, he's going to walk out of the door. And Ghanaians, same Ghanaians, will come and blame him, say, Wanyashe, ne binuma chinashe dem. And I pay we are not. I saw for no so ne hono me say me ba Monday. I saw for me John Mahama ko bompa he bebre ye Satan for omo ye sasabonsam for me wudi agora Monday me bobo mu nyedi. One moment John Mahama ko share them wo me say some of them even prophesy said John Mahama will not even win. Yet omo nyane ne share them wo. Abonia for bonia show mama Satan for omo nyane se won kekawa. Yes. Munimade, Sa Economic Forum, Radio. And your mammy and in Sienne P. But this Economic Forum, next week, ye Baswaba Bayade. And your ma, one more kind forum Nasiano. In Sian one. Or say achieving sustainable. Tienio, Tia Brofuno Matro Hanum. One, achieving sustainable macro, not micro, macroeconomic stability. And where they are. What is here? Achieving sustainable macroeconomic stability. Then the question remains, is this that Ghana we've not heard before? When he entered that, and we are what? Two, is this that Ghana have not implemented before? What you call achieving the sustainable macroeconomic, and then why not achieve? Who should go and achieve what? Is it Ghana to go and achieve this, or this is the blueprint derived from the forum? Wait a minute. Number two, promoting economic transformation, and you'll be promoting the same. Now, the question I'm asking the professors over there, including Dr. Ishmael Yamson, is it Yamson or Yangson? And he said, number two, promoting economic transformation. Economic transformation, you'll be promoting the same. You'll be promoting the same. Now, this is 68 years. What is it that Ghana we have in order to promote? In order to promote, and by way of promoting whatever that deal Ghana, whatever that Ghana has, it will metamorphose into that of Ghana showcasing her presence in the global competitive capitalist economy. Is it not? And are we? No, 68 years and then I move promote you. As far as GIPC are concerned, Mona Mode in your Mako Abontain, a cocoa pro, then I move showcase you. Mibisa, a dear. Any year showcase ever honor and today soon year promote. What is it that is of Ghanaian? What is it that is of Ghanaian in nature? What is it that is of Ghanaian in character that you are promoting? Rubbish and foolishness. And I have to tell you people in plain words, 68 years is enough. It's enough to have walked down the aisle in wastes of time and complete describing a failed state. Aren't you people ashamed? What are you promoting? Economic what? Transformation. When the global south is with the speed of beam light, moving, check. Or see America, or the America for only 2 America, and he doesn't have time for anybody. No, he thinks that, listen, man, America, there's been too many dramatics, much more than options. And he says, no, man, listen, we need more options than dramatics. You guys are sitting here, Dr. Professor Emeritus, whatnot. You continue to do this drama and continue to do drama. Number three, advancing infrastructure development. Infrastructure. Which of the infrastructures? Aren't we suffering from infrastructure deficit? Aren't we? The whole Ghana. Are we not suffering from infrastructure deficit? And the question remains, 32 years into this 1992 constitution. It's been saying 32 years into your democratization. The question remains, are you therefore now ready to tell us, no, we are what? We need to advance in infrastructure development. What are these politicians go and come? 32 years, what are they doing? What have they done with the consolidated fund? Am I the one to come and tell them that, hey, you need to do A, B, C, D? That's why on Monday and Wednesday, I told Ghanaians, yes, they will continue to fail. They will fail because if you write this year, advancing infrastructure development, on the back or on the heels of what? Your political party manifesto, that would be through him. Because manifesto now is structured in a way, said, if Rihanna Kohana is saying, but when you structure the nation's blueprint, when all of you sit and the economic forum na mukoye no, all of you munkwatra na munsu cry. It is a ko no what TikTok na dey no osu no osu. Sa na ensem na munsu wo dem wo na munsu musu wi a na feel be ad ne pen and paper na mu si ho na mu drive it. Policy program. We need a national policy driven. In what I learned in security and intelligence, there's something that we say is if you go to a country and you want to study, say this country is well pivot in security and intelligence. Yeah, go and read their security and intelligence policy driven and see. Say, hey, you will not make any attempts. No, Charlie Krono, untimi rough. Yeah, Ghana, do you have some? Do you even have a security and intelligence policy driven? Who wrote it? Daben on Metro. So, asemi amo kanwa hei. The amo kanwa hei. Advancing infrastructure development. But there is what you call a deficit in infrastructure. And that deficit was not created by me. The nation has been given to people to manage. The nation is in the custody of a group of political parties who says, we can do A, B, C, D, and say, okay, go and manage it. And you going, we didn't leave you alone. No, we gave you our mandate. We gave you the power. We gave you the money. Go and manage. And then you go and sit there. And then you begin to throw your hands in despair to catch a glimpse. A glimpse of who? The same IMF. The IMF who have nothing good for you except to help you destroy your nation's political, economic, social fiber. That's what you are interested in. Are you serious? Politicians are mugu memu. Muye serious. NDC muye serious. Make a tremor Monday ni Wednesday. Why? When Kwame Nkrumah, munye sa video ready. In the days of the Kwame Nkrumah that I wasn't there, at least Ghana was what? We were manufacturing tobacco. We were manufacturing the nails and prego. We were manufacturing the furniture and konya and you may be and then swear mugusu. The question remains: those of you, the professors, Amukotna in FSM conference center, question why is Ghana not manufacturing these things any longer? What has happened? Are you therefore suggesting to me or telling me that those factories are outmoded or are being destroyed and we cannot revamp it? What has happened to the Kumasi shoe factory? 32 years. Have you tried to revamp that company? We had a factory in Ghana, not factory no, or dear tomatoes, factory near dear tomatoes. Pualugu, I know Pualugu very well because I stayed in the north. Pualugu tomatoes, what is happening to it? Apart from Pualugu tomatoes, there are other places where to me, I produce tomato paste. Transported. Why can't you do it? 8 solid years, 32 years, but at least now we can say between NDC and MPP, all of you, there's a cost sharing. So, Munama spending 16 years. What have you done? Bunch of useless people. I'm looking at your faces, especially those of you government officials sitting in your homes watching. We're a bunch of waste. Bow your head in despicable shame. And some of you should be shot by side without trial because you are the enemies of the state. I'm telling you people, we're enemies of the state. Kwame Nkrumah time. On my way, Messenia produce BBR. There was something that was called work and happiness. What does that mean? And next Friday, work and happiness, the Ecoso tema, steel factories, the Ecoso. Even what the Kwame Nkrumah to in Kenya, a military junta, Lieutenant General, why kutu a tampon, makana samakake, a tampon time near den. And in Bibriwa, young yeden, young cra ambo memoir. And the reason establishing why a tampon did that was simply to what? To avoid what you call the dependency syndrome. Yeah. In the time where Ghana, Samoba Kaya, in 1976, hot thereof. Oh. Or shady na Ghana, your debts, no? Because you know what? Our debt was almost like 3.6 billion. Domestic debt was like 2 billion. Inflation had risen to about 117 or has dropped to 68. Go and check the statistics. Yeah. Okay. Food prices at the time had gone up to what? About 59% thereof. Population was about 2.8% significant. Look, Kutu Echampon did his best in order to shuffle all of this IMF conditionality because at that time, my intellectual na oni Akufo de ne papa. Eye wan Professor Buzia, womo Progress Party ne ba no. Womo de bebu no we reduce Ghana cedi no to 41% before the IMF. Owie no. No oye o main pasa. Kutu e champion by osesan in order to ensure say the city would appreciate the dollar. And no steps were taken. He told the Bretton Woods institution, I'm not going to pay the debt against our debt portfolio. So he went straight to repudiate $94.4 million. And subsequent to this, Bretton Woods institution, IMF was saying, no, we'll cancel your trade credits. And trade credits, like I said, I've been saying all the time, affected consumables, maybe to say corned beef, sardine, milk, sugar, and in your maybe. What you say? Kutu Echampo didn't give up. And Kutu Echampo, on your professor, on your doctor, on your emeritus, go and check Kutu Echampo in the background. Or you just stand 7. He was a stenographer. Okay? Kutu Echampo went further and said, listen, I will do 3 things. 3 things. In all of this Kutu Echampo was doing, he was doing the robust economic shuffle in order to bring the cedi closer to the dollar. So he subsidized these consumables. He prioritized these consumables. He rationed these consumables. And that was the end. He cancelled the importation of cottonwood. Ghana was importing cottonwood before Kutu Echampo came. Also, no. He cut the importation of cottonwood. And Ghana saved $30 million. Go and check the records. A bodam for, a crown for, the money sikadia. Mobile the minister Sebegu, agriculture minister. I don't know. Why don't you cut the importation of rice? I dare all of you, go and cut the importation of rice. Go and cut the importation of poultry. Go and cut the importation of what? Vegetables. And then, foolishly as we are, we have also allowed a group of what? A group of charlatans called the Monsanto Group from the North America. And what have they done? They have come to corrupt our what? Our enviable food staples. And then you cannot harvest cabbage. Now the cabbage not to for like 3 days. Why? Because the Monsanto Group went to Ghana's parliament. And corrupted our members of parliament to pass what you call the Plant Breeders Bill. And the Plant Breeders Bill will give them access to contaminate our food staples. Absolutely balderdash. Bunch of useless people. You sick people. You don't think about the people of the nation. No. So now check the records. The death toll in this country has gone down dramatically. Yeah, why not? And there's what? Avalanche of what? Disease, crime, and many things. It's so common that today cancer disease is on ascendancy. Kidney disease is on ascendancy. All the ailments that gone in the past, we will not. You not even hear. You not even go to the health sector and you count about 3, 4. Say yes, we will cancer. We will say no. And on top of this, when you've allowed the Monsanto to come and do all this to you, again, you also open your airspace, and these same politicians will go and bring your Chinese people to come and go to your forest reserves and fall all your trees. The trees that will give you some form of habitations and air, and then I say for your water bodies and your what? Your forest reserve. You're training egum. And you are sitting there thinking, say, there's another Ghana be yet to be born. Sick people. Absolutely sick. You are driving our Land Cruisers. Like Nana Kwabranketia said. Also, when you wake up in the morning, check the street. You see some very stupid people. He said also, they are driving all these Land Cruisers. Noise. Going as if they are thinking about you. No. Now, so at the end of the day, this same mushroom politicians, good for nothing. The Ominiman said they believe in razzmatazz and bourgeoisism. I went to school in Harvard. I have 3, 4 certificates. Siafoni Jimmy. I have 3 certificates. Look at these people. When you have 3 certificates in degrees, 3 degrees in a year day. When you have 4 degrees in a year day. I listened to the vets and I watched and I said, look at these little chickens. They know nothing. Go and put them there. We need more options. So the practical development of this nation isn't in the talking, isn't in the noise making. It's about visibility. We need to know what we have to know. And 32 years, you think it's not enough? 32 years on one side, and then 68 years on one hand. Another thing is whereby, number 4, implementing structural reforms. What does that mean? Just a brofuno no the adjectives, nouns and adjectives. No true. Implementing structural reforms. What is the structural reforms? What is that? And interesting. Then number 5, ensuring private sector led growth. Private sector led growth. When you are in this country, private sector growth. God. Between you, these two parties, all that you are doing is that when you come, then you are shutting companies. The private sector is the engine of growth. It's the epicenter of the local economy, is it not? Yeah. But your interest and you take fun in destroying them. Like Nana Yao Kenufuriata dead in his era. Nani Refi. He collapsed about how many? 11 banks with capital involved, destroy all of them, and he wasn't bothered. Kutu example, when Kutu came, one thing for Kutu to believe said no, the private sector is the engine of growth, and therefore there's a need to revamp the private sector. Do you know what he did? There were companies like what? The BA Mensa, the Boache Mattress, the Siao Brewery, the Kwau Motors. All these companies, about 4 of them, Nina a Ghanaian own. And Kutu Echampon encourage all of them to lift up and then speed up the local economy. This is what he did. On top of it, he gave women who were ready to go into private business loans to do business. And women who succeeded in their business were able to afford to buy the VW Volkswagen. That later, a political mass slanging propaganda from the likes of the Kweku Bakuns were for Tobeji Golf. Or no Kweku Bakun or say young is one person Ghanaian politics. But say Nipa Bebri, he doesn't care. Yeah, this is what Kutu Echampon did. So, under the Fourth Republicans, where you are just destroying the private sector. Nemfamo, most say private sector. Nekeke, NDC for ba hey, MPP for ba hey. Then the last one, almost saying. Restoring good governance and combating corruption. I think I have to keep quiet. Restoring good governance and combating what? Corruption. So, Mouze, Muria, no matter, Muamoba, no matter institutions, as our institution we. Yebemo are responsible for this. Enti, obi ti say kisi ejapin otini be abi dwen no. Na MPP for say ye te anti-corruption dien. Ne ate. Ye ma ne kwan mo ne nye ne dwuma da. Ye be frustrate nipa ne sa to say eye Martin Alamisi Amidu ono ode ne de tifa kwayi mu ho. Oh na kisi aba afi kisi susu de kwawu di hye afi de bibie duro no. Adena edne you betimi ayan so obeto ankwa de bie no okọ ne baabi kizi ebe ye ja omadwuma to omam nakọ NDC for nso aba ye hu baabi edi kisi fa wo. The last time I heard NDC chairman Johnson Asiedu Nketia awamoka bi said from the look of things and it needs to say aswe ne de anhwa ye be crash no. But when Chairman Asiedu Nketia cancer the question started pounding on my mind, and he said, "Dear who came, Papa? We are sure, say, in the more South politicians here, more located here in the epicenter of the world, the Ghana, more anti-corruption agencies. Given the circumstances of your narrative, say, young Kwani dear who came, folks, sir, economic forum are there home. Monday, ye beba subium. Proper one, where the Makenka in your mensia, and your mensia Makenka, none of them that we heard say, Yenina Enko, we finally said, listen, Mr. President, we need what you call a national blueprint given national in character. Therefore, we need a big conference. Let's call our brothers and sisters. MPP, come forward. The MPP believes in the competitive capitalist economy. We believe in the socialist ideology. Amanesa. Woman de sakrate ya koma John Mahama and one. Woman de akoma John Mahama. Into be who say NDC for be no. Baby, you see the big push. Baby, you see nkukon kitin and nkukon kra and near the ade near way. Ade bet no. Nina wete says some. Na de achina de asa. Sa we are seeing obia so dimrike ko America tour technology is running fast. Check what is happening in the global south. And America tour and emu ayemre south. All nations around the world. But guess what? Africa is losing the sight of its head. These nations, they've utilized all their resources. So now, Africa is beginning to mark the timelines. And the Russians, the Americans, the Chinese, all of them, Wamakobo Dompim, Ewa for Djibouti, Unim Djibouti, go and read the history of Djibouti and go and find out why all these global superpowers are all stationed in Djibouti. The US government is stationed in the military base at Djibouti. The Russians have also, are there in Djibouti. Chinese, and so at Djibouti. This is all more there. And your mass get said, or now betting music, I'm for here. Now, Yanko, we economic forum, Monday, Eko, Bebaso. Any a software na mon person mama John Mahama kwai ma no so why ne do ade bia mabo nsem abo aba software mugu some kind dem catch software mugu Ghana 90% they are bunch of criminals and thieves. No doubt. As software me say 90% of men of God in this country from the especially with the charismatic movement they are bunch of thieves and criminals and they know. Enye mpa bi na moko buegu John Mahama nsa so. Enkom na mo hihye we be more man careful, I will expose you. Most style of commercial Moshewa. I'm telling you. And comedy boma, more some of our software will Moshe John Mahama and young commission. And young commission. We know you need maybe a son in commission if free buy. And young commission. What a Monday, I'll give 2 names out. No matter quite fast from one commission, a Pia Bonte. Yeah, let's try more commission PA. You are always eavesdropping in baby. Now, the politics of today. Politics of today takes us to the leading opposition New Patriotic Party, NPP, continue to count their losses in the just ended election 2024. NPP Fuguso Kasa. Assembly no more can ye and Kugo na no ya said omuche means a catcher of Messiah Asutrona Emiensa Enedi ni high at their brom. Now, tonight we begin with the former Information Minister Vincent Opon Nkrumah. Vincent Opon Nkrumah, a member. Vincent Canadian Vincent Okodo Opon Nkrumah, a member of Parliament for Ofuasi Airebi constituency, in an interview with Evans Mensah, also gave an angle to what led to their loss. And what did he say to Evans Mensah? Take a listen to this.
What do you think accounted for the apathy?
Well, the people told us quite clearly what is accounting for the apathy. There were people who were available in the towns, the villages, some even at the polling stations in my constituency and in other constituencies who told us clearly, we won't vote. We won't vote. Some, for example, will say, unless you give us money. Some will say we won't vote because we are angry. We won't vote because we are disappointed. And they explained what their issues were. Some of the issues that have led to this apathy or this level of apathy have to do with how we have managed our party and some of the processes that we've gone through in the party, which leave the general party support base feeling angry. For example, when there are primaries and there's a small electoral college and there's a lot of incentives to delegates to vote for a particular candidate, it leaves the broader community angry. For example, there are those who told us that they were not pleased with the conduct of some senior government officials or some political actors, how we have carried ourselves about, at various instances. And they therefore sought to send us a message and to punish us for that. There are those who explain that the cost of living crisis is so severe. And though they hear the explanations about the why, they voted for us as a government to fix it. And they are not impressed with how much effort we have made in fixing it. And therefore, this is their verdict. And then there were those who told us that they were just displeased about how we had handled major governance issues, like delivering on major projects or focusing on projects which they thought were totally unimportant, or responding to accusations of nepotism and corruption, etc. So they provided a lot of reasons. What we need to do is to embrace these reasons and to work with them to improve our management as a party and our governance the next time we have an opportunity to be in power.
And before the elections, though, many people watching said these sentiments that you're now articulating were very obvious. Everybody said you guys were heading for a catastrophe. But you speak to almost every government official, every spokesperson, all of you were in denial. You were spinning, we are going to turn this around. The economy was doing well. Ghanaians were quietly waiting for your other polls. You concede now that there was a lot of denial among your ranks, and that maybe led to this false sense of security, which now has been stripped off by the voter.
I think what transpired was the fact that the turnaround was not occasioned quickly enough. The administration acknowledged that there were difficulties and put out a number of measures to deal with some of these difficulties. And you began to see the turnaround numbers coming through in the latter part of the year 2024.
Yeah, now the big crime is say papa you can even your own political party nankasa mpo edemu ba ben mponu we MPP for no. The party on which you are to govern this nation, you cannot even manage the party. The party's structures, you cannot even manage it. Now, to be managing party on mine and waiting to manage it. You are Ghana for the same way and hardness are. Party ni keke, say mo manage party my party no. Etinya party no and who be ya kono many pa be joining. Party ni po muntimi manage. Na on mind de mo betimi na ye de em fear makumaku. Near the fear makumaku 8 near the ashamonsa. Na fear makumaku 8 no mo betremu edimu sika edisika akankwasiasam akyere yen na mu wia na makotra ye friend is a campaign platform so na moto na odefo ade ye mfa ncheche odefo ade ye mfa ncheche. The former General Secretary John Boadu continued. This time he exposed the government of money inducement in the party during campaign. Last time about John Boadu the NHM and then so me bo back watch him. This time John Boadu saying John Boadu say hwe kwanya ye di sika be ye part ene between MP ne kwana da muntie ene MPP NDC enya about say we ye nipa bi sunko na won sebsebe nyansa bi wo otrim sa no etwem sa era na etwem. The era of say you are very knowledgeable who are dreampa ubetimi. The era of nationalism is gone, has departed from Ghana's democracy. It's no longer there. It's about money, sika. Tidia John Boadu, listen to him.
Wako delegates conference, wako yakoto aba. Now, edawano, ewo radio station. We bring me 2,000. We bring me 5,000. We bring me 1,000. I then uncle to aba me train. We find 2,000. Emba me come 5,000 na we nyano. Na me no na tifie. Ube ya the fridge. Ya so ane didi wechi. Wasa enya TV. Wasa ka in the open. So enya 5,000. Na uko krometine 8,000. Wama ye 2 million. The onbetini say mo ko yesi we akọ we sika we ko we corruption. Say obesa to aba ma obi.
So on dia John Boadu ka. Now Sir John kasa asemu ya afi maybe Sir John me nua no eno no. Na maybe say enti mo nkasa mote ho a mode saa de wei eye adwuma e wo mamanya komiti mo bobodam nim nyansa say ade wei at your how be main so at your how be party so first before it would obika also transmogrify and send us a metamorphose itself negatively on the what? On the nation. Into a ban is saying and a mubu on my sa more mo party sa sikankwa a be SWAT TV. Can you know almost starting on the low scale? On the low scale, no, then Kobe, Momone, in Sikan Kotokro and Srada, no money ade, ne Gugu Kem no de call. E pay, walk, oh, Bibini, Timu, also Sana make cash as a new. One more chance is here no more. NDC for come, NDC were buying the help and a sad the friends say, Sapan white now, more collaboration is over. NDC for some almost air to Toby. Yes, NDC for all of them. Bow your head in shame and go for 32 years. And I think that this country, we simply just have to take it from the hands of these two groups. I'm serious. And the movement to get this done should be done quickly. We have to cause a force majeure because you are disturbing the consciousness of this nation for far too long. Why? Selling, giving these goodies, such as what? Kobe, more money. Enemy 50 cities are bought down for sick people. We are silly politicians. And I'm going main because you think you can fool all the people all the time, but not all the people all of the time. What's it? I'm going to tell you, this same way. How many more? We are not about Gigi Post. No, na contractor mu easily gone mu airport one na say for you be say amusu omu na mo to talk mo dan na mo na mo ye say me say for. Meanwhile, you guys are feeding full fat like what? Like the whatever on the Ghanaians. Tonight, another person, a former member of parliament for Boise East, Edward Enin, also recounts the source of the party's loss. And also, Kebi, na share any issue party no crime bands no fast to lose here, then a leader or lose here. Listen to Enin, Emmanuel Edward Enin. Take a listen to him.
Everybody can say party no, but no be antiminka. I came out openly, publicly. I catch that Ghana phone you say I put forward appointments on the chief executives. I won't. Obi a constituency organizer. There be Ogutamoto class up and down. You really work for any district chief executive. Give you room to the technical to operate. He doesn't know the work. Only videos in it. And you kind. Una kind. Chief executive so here. Baby upon. And they start affecting assembly members. About former assembly members. They were expecting something from the district assembly. Was it working? Omunya paying free ho. A free one on buy. And you see a koto primaries. MPC a koto primaries. Sky FM. 15,000. Any pammy so 12-15. Oh, that's 12-15,000.
Obi discover says Sky Kojini.
MPC ni bebe ya for. Yes, sir.
Sika. MPS no si dem amani
na subi kura se mani tua de obi tia
obi di sika be kire
subi on tv on di kan 7,000
yes sa no bia nam wo
me see subi on me coming kai yes o me see on di kan 7,000 and on the source obi anya 10,000 na frank tua 1,000
anya ko obi di kura
na so no de bi odu se wonwa o ma 1,000
we yan for de
o ko for krom 10,000. Where do they get the money from?
Just have you fully draw and go for so I'm going to say I'm not going to watch na omuni aba position bia
me no na tifie na say me MPP ni me nya delegate na enconform me say contest na ukọ na obi ama 100 na je me 300 million na say ukoto ba akopẹ e na obae.
Sorry, sir, me see name no. We are a party activist too. No, no, see you say party no crowd. They share me say you know. Not just say Akufo-Addo partners. Now, folks, me di be now a former, a friend is saying regional chairman, Ashanti region. A video no or the dadwano or the hamana but dadwano say kre emana kushim. Wachire nipa enam no so MPP eden. Edim kugo se poto. A former chairman o. Wonye ni party o. Wonye party. Former chairman or say then, me can wound to me. Listen to him.
Campaign now, so the message wasn't flying. We'll be our buyers, so we're economist. One being Kufokra, economy, why? Because
West results are your same. The West results are your same. It is some crowd almost same panel. Yes, we want to win an election. Never for candidate, I didn't consume a stream of 4 class yen panel because so I am not now. Naming your votes every hole, that votes no amber. Near Sanko Fan, some candidate bill. And Cofona, one would in a China, one more starting campaign, one more selfish interest in about your candidate price and people for general at all. And then again, Mamika Bibicho, we say Ghana, the new president, or not now. President Mama. President Mama, free why a quite bien who are Ghana for it is a yes, uncle not president. At the end, NPP for I was say a junior year, who said near Elcono, Elco ye, but near yet to mean planning your president. Your president, or not currently, yet to a not now, a president, Mama. If you run your sample, save up of a candidate, but won't say Ghana, I'm competent and so. So we are competent, fine, but we are competent and so tactically, and also will go against us. Senipani are competent tactically to go against us. So, Mahama from the north, Mahama. Everyone is for president of Babio. Mama, no crying,
Great folks, Chairman Amankwan Akasano. Now, he has hit the nail right on the head. No, man, absolutely incontrovertible. Right? That's it. He has spoken his mind, given a blow-to-blow account, and given a comprehensive delivery, and establishing the reasons behind why. MPP, you lost. And it's a narrative that we can, of course, begin to figure how many losses yet to count. Yeah, that's the enigma of the situation. Folks, tonight we are also learning, make a short break, my guest, Hobson Yauvi Adoye, joins me, a Brenna Akano, Yedebabi Diagro. Yes. Yebeshe, the Ecoswar, a National Service Secretariat. But of course, tonight, some breaking news via Bemichese. A former Deputy Director of the NSA, Mami Gifty Oware Mensa, we are told that she has been detained. Folks, you're detaining. Short break, and I'll be back. This is the Frontline with Kwekwanan.
Hello, welcome. Thank you. Sure.
I'm interested in buying a plot of land. Seeing your ads online, decided to pass by and come check it out myself. Doing business without seeing real offices these days is kind of really stressful.
What is your budget range?
Spending about 50 to 70,000 Ghana cedis.
Wow, luckily we have a plot of land here going within that range. Actually, at Dentra.
Oh, great. And how is the payment plan?
We have an initial deposit of 20%, outright payments, 3 months payment, 6 months payment, and 9 months payments. With the outright and 3 months, we give you 1 triple stone and 1 triple sand.
Oh, wow, interesting. Sure. And I think I'll go for the 3 months payment. When can I go view the site?
Every Saturday, 10 a.m. is site viewing.
Then I think we are good to go.
That's fine.
That's nice. Thank you so much. Nice doing business with you.
Nice doing business with you.
Find your dream property with Aura Black Star Limited. Visit us today and let our expert team guide you home.
You can contact us on 030-2452-555, 030-2452-555. our website at www.oralblackstarlimited.com. Oral Black Star, your preference, our priority.
Folks, welcome back, and of course this is Ghana Speaks extension. Of course, in this edition we probe the NSS scandal plus the independence anniversary, but of course mixing even my guest tonight, of course, hopes in Yalvi Adoye Abekam and say Yao Mwakwaba. Good. And you versus every year Pimsene National Service for no one. Why is you? Easy. But yeah, me person me DB and say Honorable Chairman Sabons, I a statement to be war. Only Obi na yes are the establishing reason why you two if you are there. So when he says how do we Obia nya he say a dear in the Chairman Sabons, yeah. You two if you are so it was like a coup d'etat or parliament. They are winning my dear me too.
I said, one more come yet. But I think it was not the purpose, but only the coin.
So, maybe see and check a crane. Okay. Sorry, reason or yeah, a bit more soon, dear. Okay. Giving reasons why in Tia he was dethroned from the majority leadership in Parliament. Take a listen.
But have you been told at the frontier party necessary as majority leader then? Or my catcher? Do you know why you were changed?
I know. It was told me by the president at the time.
Okay.
But
why in the public?
What's it?
Like the reason one fan to you.
Oh, say Frey MPs no ministers no.
Yes.
Or them na a share.
Yes.
Sadino.
Okay.
Na asem bobo no MPs no be about over 80 of them. That many number here 137. About 80 of them had appended their signatures. So what to say asimsi neighbor, and I should assure them say I will hold and they will support me. And me call ya present a fraying and all the two anymore. Now even them who cramp no ministers no be a bit tiam now so say I want to say na papa no beka na president yamai na mamintie they are going to support me. Now I should hold on as the majority
leader.
Now me down must. Some of them sent messages to me. Me called them honor President Bekasa no. And wakasu adena oye no nyono oni party no eneye. Na me marching against the MPs no ya. Ma here get the big implosion beba party. And here now on the spur of the moment, I'm decided to say no, I've had enough. Let me step aside. The president de Casa Danukwana me take it down notes. The way no ma general secretary. So when the general secretary come home or take it decision. No friends from Casa. So I pick it down a few notes. We no be some said we be become. The show na me cast my resign.
You said it there and there.
I said it there and there. So I didn't want to be the eye of any storm in the party. I'm quoting myself. Until I'm resigning. And then why did and those of them no more MPs no felt disappointed them and so on. And so when they heard, they all said the same thing. But I think I took
on my reasoning to on the party take his decision. Say watch it do and now so Mufi say oh they are from an answer then
and not the meet me I can say yes they okay and say some na and this for now President Mahama no more yin so beda
yes Meba Hobson so quickly. Hadi Mohammed also good evening, sir. Watching you live from Libya. Wow. Valerian so say hi Quakes. Good afternoon. Watching you live from hot Atlanta. I salute you, sir. Nanekwe say the English language is for the fancies. Hey, we are sure. Lady Julie so say kudos Kweku. Your boldness is amazing, and we need journalists like you in this era to heat on these politicians to effect change. Keep the good work up. You are God sent. Riku Sosukweku, you are the best and really speaks as it is. Ghana is 68 years. Wow. This Ghana was what? A woman, really? If it was a woman, it should have been in person over 8 years ready. Something. Hobson Yaovi Adoye Megas. Yao.
Yes.
Asamo Yabe Kuremo. National service. Ehuru Hopa. And I feel independence anniversary and right across 68 years. When you change na, when you change Ghana, when you change na, be a qua. And you see crew with him. And for now, Befadia Shase and a book here that will name some wumpa.
Yabeka Honsam. Na quick no, Oseche Monsabunsu.
Yes.
Ne asem we are working. So is a Rebecca Obiao because Nena no yeno. No fee say, Chesa Wajo will be yeno.
Yeah.
What a leader of parliamentary group. Chesa one a man for a show.
Yeah.
Any other. Now Ubu party mraso na Chesa a whole lot. So on yet. And Obu who said no, baby or boy you soon aqua go do no. Yeah. Or mama name free honoma. A behagene. And now them say a good father so there when it comes to some mafiaism near the Adedia Oboa or the bell wars is here. So the question you asking is why the national chairman was not there? Now a year president and a general secretary. I know Modest Asem Babatunani. And Kasem Kessy and Kenya national chairman ever handle. Kamukwa national chairman and ever say, look. Party they are transi. Ebi any president asusuhu. Say ni say. Eti fee say ebi esa kokota. Add na national chairman anyhow. So eti yakasa party do go for the ashedu bottom ya na manfonti ase. And
should we believe say yes central region any visibility therefore between
that cannot be true. And that time no mu seat in central region say. No mungita majority. So what is the point?
Yeah. But he's talking about
what is the point? That won't be a Wukita majority seat. You are talking about visibility. Hey, now God is saying, voter region is back up. Said that you okay? Hey, voting region zero. That's so. Now the drama can confirm if free. Hey, God is saying free. So you know, it's already a calculated plan just to bring him down. Now. I want to know. Bedimuse was Nyansa. Wanya experience from that yena ekoyeno. But still, the way I say yene nyamano. Onto boase boko. I am just disappointed. Say in this report, say Nidia Ubehuni say waya chairman of the committee near the. I want to mention anything about Oseche means I say he was part of their laws in Ashanti region. I am
that would be very.
I am look, what was it? Yama Bebri, or Mustetiana or Money Nipa 2820. And now a year between January 19th to 24th. Any other. And so share a ye executive summary honor. Or Kabibi was it 2,559 respondents. Yeah. Now, over page 10 of the report also, we see 2,820.
Oh, okay.
So it should tell you, say, sir, report to Angasakrano, and you cooked. And you cooked. Because it doesn't tally.
Yeah.
It's some Mokikaki Kawomuno, and see any other. Etina, Stephen Amwa, the Bofu now, I say, hey. One Shayamba candidate you lose here. Now, page 19 is talking about perception of corruption.
Yeah.
Now, Oshe said yes, was say, or more finding research, you know, actually say the government of Danadu Dankwa Kufuado was perceived to be corrupt by 41% of the respondents. Cases they cited to buttress their perception include the National Cathedral Project. Number 2, Sisra Dapas case. Number 3, illegal gold mining, Galamsey, missing excavators, COVID-19 vaccine supply at the Ministry of Health, PDS, a Japan deal, American contract extension, sale of employment and scholarships throughout for party members and ordinary Ghanaian, the National Ambulance Maintenance Contract, etc., etc. We a MPP report. Page 19. Ashanti region, page 19. Ubiapa, one kind, only the last paragraph, point 23, was a perception of corruption. The MPP for Ankasa ne kasa say corruption. Samuel we are there kosu jinano. What you say kwetashi share dream. Chrono kankani proye. Eshem adokrumu. So I'm there no. Enunti ana manfo anye yisa no. Eti a whole lot. Was here no sa revelation no. And my party for bebre anko to aba. Eti obviously the party for now, page 20, they are talking about Nana Akufo-Addo. Nana Addo Akufo-Addo leadership style. Page 20 of the report. T.N. Walker. Was it on the leadership style of president? 87%. Tio. Corruption, 41%. Leadership. 87% of respondents asserted that the president was seen to be unmoved by public sentiment and concerns. Some stated that they found the president to be non-respective to ideas and suggestions, to the very issue that will make 2020 elections easier. Some of the respondents said the first term of president was very good.
Yeah.
And that was a listening president. However, in the second term, he appeared to have exhibited stiff-neck, intransigence, and vindictiveness. Among other traits, which did not augur well for party fortunes at the polls. Look at how they have described the president. Well, it's not coming from me. I am conveying whatever was a Mr. Bozune, the Uncroft, and the other people. So, and I make a me.
Oh, yeah, or show stiffness.
Stiff neck. Stiff neck. Just what? And the question is so
straight.
Now, I mean, I believe. How can you put a chief of staff there for 8 years? I mean, what is the meaning of that? Country vein. Look, chief of staff is the engine room for the presidency. And Tiwana, BPR, operations, whatever, is for you. What do you say? I'm free to we. What do you so I'm free to? I beg a grand free over now to air condition. What you say? Someone must engineer that. Yeah. There may be a whole more now. Oboboso may by the meeting. Some of them may say, what started in terms of oh, dear, no. 80 Uber who said, I fear Obibe from what I say, no, a brief food. This is the direction. This is the after Obakas, okay, and yeah, meant to me was a chief of staff for Jumano.
Yeah.
A true baby affair, Chinsam. Everybody was talking ill about the Akufo-Addo government. That would you honor worry.
Mammy frame more parry.
Stiff neck. What you say? Oh, I can't say, can no for that or hard Jenny. President change, you know. Was it just a move? Menchedi, penny baby corner was it? As a menchedi and I'm going. I'm telling you.
Including sending members of parliament, about 90 of them.
Mean changing and I'm going. So, that vindictiveness. Hey, me perhaps could na. I do who will be natural. What you say? Sadio Madina, party for a nega. And young me hope say, and I meet you say, na make a way, and therefore a year President Akufo-Addo. The mum a any party for Anna or Moka. What would you call page 29? We share local issues. One MPBR, Nancy, what judging mupa kasa. Oh, Tafu Honum Hospital won't go. What's a Mako will be constituency. Or for you, Muka Hospital. Not Tafu, dear name, away. Koyita for the Anitre. What does it? Koyita for the Eno. Are you telling me, say, Echoes of Wasamike? Are you telling me so for you, or money and so what is your business there? Tiene Tafo for Kai. Was it at Old Tafo? Many of the constituents stated that the MP is an outsider who does not hail from the praise. And his only connection is that his father was a teacher at Tafo.
Vincent Echoas.
Oh, no, seven and me came. And because of that, into a man for MP got to a bar.
Echo, Shahoni, you. So,
why am Fantina?
So I saw manager when he Tafoni.
So, it is that the way, okay? Constituency by constituency. At least, Myanmar view or Honomoa or more Eka. I just say, baby, a pieces a hijack the financial resources are. Or Mude Bass or Mufanya ye, our one fanco, Nijinawa has a. Usher fundings now was say 32% of respondents were not aware that support from the region and national party came into the constituency. So, it's because of that, you know. Yes, Uncle Jeffahe. I don't know, Sabono. Who Asante Chimdoff? A follow ma, ye can say, independent. And this is so, Chese, who shared the way that grassroots was treated. Send your Moko to sort FMU, no Muye, or Usubem, Abwa Papo, Coco, Crofo, near the Diginaka. Adama, Omolusu, a Honomo, Adeno. Who shared your Muka Wokumawu, who shared such a Frank Prince. Now, who call other places. Now, on their presidential candidate failure to engage the entire constituency, was it the presidential candidate? That is page 33.
That's right.
Me peke just na matimi apo the next issue. The presidential candidate decision, yeah, page 33. The presidential candidate decision to visit only district capital while ignoring other towns significantly impacted voter perception. In contrast, the opposition candidate made effort to visit multiple towns and interact directly with the people in constituencies. This created the impression that governing party took the electorate for granted, while the opposition appear more engaged and concerned about local issues. Voters felt degraded and unimportant, which ultimately influenced the decision. So, sadly, look,
very key.
What was say Alanchamanti Ashanti region? We ya say about me, I say, this 16 days.
I remember.
Alanchamanti Diano was caravan tour. It is what drew constituency biano. Chese young Kurano. Not chese improve 15 year. Yabekoso in a constituency. Eti akwakwe caravan tour would drew has say no jina no name profo akasa no gada or baby a man for no one wakasa through the PA system. Now for more move to the town. Eti every day never baby or more echo. Eti say or cover wider area. So now let me put it that the message, Alanchamanti message, was for change. Keep that at the back of your head. One day, make up myself. So now, where Muso dear, or more qua. Young Fanny say, or more qua Joso constituency. A Joso a ye Okese Park. Near Paco see a tent near the other. Nekin polluter, a decan or honum. Not a dear, or was he Fiani? Just on Babasa. No more. And go far or Mubegu Hono, a police station executives in the electoral area coordinators. On Profwa, or Munedi, party Lucas said, Dia, who can the whole gun or Munina Buma, or Mbese 208,000. Or Munedi all the time no Mudimachi. Now, or more mobile make it difference, or more mobile make it difference, and whatever. So, it is such a way now and the boo woman. Now, or Mugi na niade. In Shire to say, here. In Shire, so. Dear Master, was say, the death of the chairman created a vacuum, and all attention was on the PC, who some perceive inaccessible. The PC again was seen working with different campaign groups outside the main constituency executive.
Yes.
I was say, hey, some way na mubeka to me so. Main sticker mean accessible. How many times have we called constituency? Me dem go for ye. And the mama out to be more. meka the entire lusu ye. That's a near to Mulusu and Ankasa and Yamoso book no more.
And page, man.
Page 36.
36.
Paragraph 2. 3.7 in shares of Pabri is Wahasi. Send a Kufu Adokasi a young Chamuka number 12 and is for Monkoto Bomwe. Only don't find Omakanina, Ewohonum. Osha Bosumi Frehu, the way I not a year can say, Galam saying some any a day air coso, Osha Swami. Na
Swami.
Chairman Sabons one angaza. So I'm constituency no. Oko page 37 on man. Starting from page 36, but may highlight it, baby. Was it one key? The Swami constituency section of Kumasi Offensive Techman Highway is in a very poor state, and constituents visited their frustration and anger on the then MP and majority leader, Honorable Chairman Sabunsu, by pelting him with water when we went on an inspection of the road. The interchange remained undone, and voters were simply ready to teach MPP a lesson. Was that Chairman's reporting you?
Yeah.
So, voters are not yes, or move teach MPP lesson. The results were reflected in the vote cast. When Swami was expecting to harvest not less than 75,000 votes for the presidential candidate and the PC, the latter garnered just over 51,000. The result of a protest vote.
That's right.
So, on the registered voters are. And come on for a tuaba, I just combine 75,000. That's what I'm going to 51,000. What if we about 24,000?
We're losing.
Oh, mama,
very
significant. So, on the and the whole Ashanti region, we move forward close to 1.8 million. 2020, no, and then we move 1.1 million. That's just a more loose, close to 700,000 votes. Now better than one win elections. These are some of the things. You can't say, Omulusu, and chair crowd of Mukoshia, baby. Indeed, Mongraph make to my video. What the Musha video?
Yeah, video now, hopes and fine naive. There's some video bia and Komobia Koso, baby. Now, hopes and ladies and common was our video. Take a listen to this video quickly.
We shall win to save Ghana. We shall win. We shall win to save Ghana. To save Ghana. We shall win. We shall win to save Ghana. To save Ghana. The elephant is irreducible. We shall win to save Ghana. The elephant is irreducible. We shall win to save Ghana.
Na MPP Guampa. The elephant.
Nipa over 100 the good
one. No, so much shout.
I don't want to know. Me tell you about 5 of them.
Hopes in many hopes in the money.
Just defeat in a boom. Just almost sorry. I don't
know what I say.
Almost sorry. Hey, Nanka people to you now. Edu she ready. Let in a honum. You see, that report we know I expose the weakness of MPP. Anna, I can say this report, no, there's something to whitewash something. What you say? Because a bias kakra, and yet the clear reflection of the whole thing. What you know? Eti, what ye too mufu. Ye no me hopes in adoye. Alan Kojo Mantini a team. 2028 mubehu say ye political party say na nkonko ye independent o a whole political party is coming up ye benya odeti ye benya ye national executives ye benya region ye beko constituency electoral ye police stations ye nguno ye so your ideology say UP family ye so ya up yeah setting up the political party to make sure say yama or match there is time say ebe dru baby no at least esi etimi ya na Ghana yetiminya the third force
good one
chese nyoma
correct so me no ya adwene pa yes hopes mbeba few minutes ni yahwe national service de ekoko but make 2-3 minutes say good evening Kweku. There is nothing to write home about as Ghana is 68 years old other than concert parties are borrowing money, looting, stealing, and sharing to themselves, nothing beneficial achievement. And these pastors are just sycophants. They walk with their stomach, with their minds. The president should give them the chance to walk to and fro in his office. No reason. We want action, not drama. I am Fosti from Kaswa. I am Fosti Dianswa or the Eban. Bibi Munfanche and I'm system no. Was the NPP is still dreaming on Osunedia or the Abeto no. Internet na ye grant many of my messages ni ana afina eba. Hello Kweku, today is one of the greatest shows you have done. Listening to your impeccable analytical abilities gives me some glimmer of hope. Our politicians and charismatic churches must fall in line. Wish God's wisdom, blessings. Reverend Dr. Tego, and all by whoever you are calling, please. This line I can't receive to stop calling and yet for calls. Me pacho. We so say, hey, Obisu bisa say when is the IGP going? You remember IGP sunenye nasem. Ode munya abotre. Obisu osro say my brother, I say you will kill me. Oh, I can't stop laughing. Oh. I love the way you are giving it to them. More fire, bro. God, my name is Famisia. Yeah. Assumes your National Service Authority. Now, we are learning tonight, say, I am my friends, a gifty or worry, means I know. I'm say, or my picking. Yes, post na a peer says, I seminar to the moment interest I post and I ready and down. Yeah, unia be a smart.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Or say the BNI has what? Has detained Gifty Oware. They have sent her to an unknown location, not over the husband is being blah 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 blah. And the money adi. Yeah, I who just say any ebe can I critical. I critical. NSS Honsem.
Makacho say ababa ido me office.
NSS Honsem. Dear Joma Makasi Yano. Yeah, what do you make of this?
Oh, say one day maybe I make say Obia ye accountable to Mr. Worship.
Yeah.
So on it. Enti say ebia e base aban no feel say nyama bia nkoyi. Enti ase so hwehwe mu a ono de kwan da ho won se saa de omane de ye nyina ye support to say ye be saa de no sane e be ya at least ye betimi a reduce corruption menim se ye tu ase complete cry to zero no de enye sese but se timi brenase na e ba be ye 50% cry Ghana ye be progress kakra so on ye enti me de ne kwan so ano we are abase who say no enye hu bia what you say on be man baby ada kama near the question what him say as part of the strategy no and so ya na bi etisa ya do sie kakra obi okra mpa ye fa ne ya de na hye ho a bi kra ya nya question no mpo so on ye no e bia on be man na hye ho a bi a chena ana on be question no any ade ho no mo no wura ho a because of the no na say na ye adwuma nti no make the former director
so one can see the work ho
oh da bia invite me nko da but me makwa hwehwe boss no da o kwa hwehwe do kra twen kakra no wa wote ho a wo hu se da bi ade no nko na de ade na me chesa ade na ba besi So we dey no. Eti mi koso sa. Eti e besre. We dey ade afi na. Oh, let us match there ni neka. Munya botre boko. Na I think say omo so omo ne omo lawyers ne abusuafo nso be kasa ma akoma toyemu aba. Na media dey make nyina ne say asawu na omo to no. Omo ntu ne ye na mum.
We dey what can you?
Yes.
Asawu no.
Na mum ye. NSS ho no. Nkofo bi titenchen. Esesa asawu no gu omo nyina so. Penny be frame last if you know what saying. There is a strategy to whatever we are doing.
Aye, Joe.
Eti Emma Mingransha Kakra. So on the aha. Obi Oduma, oh, media me, me, Kahokra, Bashani, Cropper, Musa. A Hodono, and I just a 1 year, Okokoma. Just 3 days as. Just 3 days answer over. Yem fa hono kwa per se.
Yeah.
But the directives say Attorney General making sure some behwehwe biamamu no. I think say they should do it. And Attorney General so metie no or mame some kind of hope bi.
Yeah.
What's it look? Oral report to Crampo a omodi aba no enya de ketwa. Na on pre no ho say or court. Omo be study. No more who say sadie we de adanse ni. Bibi o hodo mo a kwaku betima ye bibi. Ame yaka. Na sepa se e de dance e no ba se no e beye eyi beka se kwaku kitansu apetition negum anu onum ba can't to abonten. How do I know say e apetition negum eti e ka se bi ma me prove a wo bon se e beye bibia wo ho but e bi so a dey apio negum ana wo no but esan say ye bisa that time ade no nkita obiem. How do I prove it? And we are the fufro. I didn't sa legal issues no. Why nyabo transhwe me mamu yi. Na se wo Russia e be hard ne kakra. So on yet no. Hwe aban yi fight against corruption no. A huge work.
Huge
very huge. Yeah. Very. So on yet no. Eti I think Attorney General should employ more hands. At least, omo wo young lawyers, bebre. So what study bibia? MPP omo nim, omo party no. Omo some few years. Better than it is a CPP no. Say every young guy be a warrior school babiano. Edwani NDC. Have you seen that? First nanke say NDC party ni ye. Ye farmers ne ye for anna no mu. Because that time na Professor Krenim. Major John Lawrence for so ya kofa Professor Chumesi. Edi ba na ba mu as a staffer ni ne ka ka Professor Mercy Bania